I'm so excited for this game. Okay. Get it pulled up. Make sure I'm not in the way of anything. I'm so excited. Whoops. Sorry. Okay. Oh. Oh, hold on. Where should I put it? Istanbul. It me. With my moustache.
The development you predicted in the Kastner case happened unexpectedly. Please come back immediately.
How can it be unexpected if I have predicted it?
Poirot, my friend, is that you?
Yeah. It me. Go to book at the reception desk. Use WASP to move Hercule Poirot.
Poirot, it is I, Book.
Book. Okay, I'll move it back for now. Oops. See, no. We're at a hotel. Press E to interact.
Poirot,
Poirot.
is it truly you, my friend?
Book, it is indeed me.
What brings you so far from home?
A little affair in Syria.
An affair of the heart?
No, a modest affair of recovering stolen artifacts. But now I am summoned home to England and must leave immediately.
This evening? You travel on the Orient Express, I hope.
I have made no arrangements yet, as I just learned that an emergency has arisen, and I must return to England immediately.
Very well. It will be my pleasure to secure you a sleeper on the Orient Express.
If the director of the line insists, I accept with pleasure.
And we'll dine together. For I too depart this afternoon. We'll have plenty of time to catch up. I'll have the hotel transfer our luggage.
Excuse me, sir. You are the director of the line? The Princess Dragomirov would like to know if she may keep her mina in her compartment on the train.
Good morning, Princess. It is an honor to welcome you aboard. There is absolutely no problem for your pet.
You will ask about his food?
Oh, yes. The Princess Dragomirov would like to know if there is food for miners on board.
What's a miner?
Small amphibians, baby rodents.
A snake?
Baby rodents? Of course, Princess.
Sorry.
Don't worry. Your
Oh, a
bird
bird.
will be fed as you demand.
You there, desk clerk.
One moment,
Clock.
sir.
Listen to me. Call the police. My train ticket has been stolen.
Stolen? Oh dear.
Oh,
Dear.
You travel by the Orient Express, monsieur?
Arbuthnot Captain Archibald Arbuthnot, formerly British Army, now retired. And yes, I'm taking the Orient Express to Paris. But what business is that of yours?
My name is Book. I am the director of the line at your service. And perhaps this gentleman could assist you. He is Hercule Poirot.
Hercule.
But I must make that train.
A train ticket. Yesterday I recovered artifacts worth several millions.
Please, my friend. It's not just any ticket. It's an Orient Express ticket.
Very well, I will investigate.
Thank you, Poirot. I will arrange a car to Circuitry Station for us.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Am I in the way of that? I am. Oops. I'll be down here. The player's current objective is represented by this icon. Open the mind map for more details. I suppose I should offer my assistance. Captain Arbuthnot has lost his ticket to the Orient Express. My friend Book has asked me to investigate. Even if the task is beneath me, the little gray cells must be exercised. I will offer my help. The stolen ticket. Hello?
How do you know your ticket has been stolen, monsieur?
I put it on a table in my room. I came down here to breakfast, and when I got back, my ticket was gone, and other things were on the floor as if they'd been tossed about.
Alors, monsieur, I suggest we begin in your room. Will you lead the way?
Press tab. What can I do to find the captain's ticket? What can be done to find the captain's ticket? Connect the elements on the left with those on the right.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Hello. Who are you? It's a nice hotel.
Floor, Captain Arbuthnot?
4th floor.
Oh, one mystery solved.
Awkward.
I suppose I can exercise my powers of observation while we wait.
Arbuthnot, Captain Archibald Arbuthnot, formerly British Army, now retired. And yes, I'm taking the Orient Express to Paris. But what business is that of yours?
I like this part. It's really fun.
Et voilà.
And voila. Character analysis are special workshops. Once completed, the analyzed character will appear on the Characters tab in the Pause menu. Press the Escape button to open the Pause menu and navigate to the Characters tab. Okay. Ding! Are those tattoos? Probably not. Just a dress. That'd be cool if it was. It's not.
My room's along here. 411.
Alright.
In a hotel of this quality, a thief.
A thief.
Come on, don't dawdle.
A thief can be anywhere. Why wouldn't they be here? A lot of
It'll be a
expensive.
disaster if I miss that train.
Open
You
the
have
door.
locked the door, monsieur?
Naturally. This is a foreign country.
You have the key card?
Of course.
We will enter.
The lock has not been tampered with.
A puddle on the floor.
Water with traces of soap. The water is scented.
What does it smell like? Lavender. Apple. Can I see myself? Oh, I can see myself in the mirror. Hello. A mustache. He.
Haha! Golden mustache.
Golden mustache. Oh. Oh. I felt like something was missing in this room. I was like, I didn't think about it too much. I was like, it's just a toilet and a mirror. No tub. But a very nice shower.
A perfume bottle. Empty. Suggestive.
Another mirror. Okay. A nice flat screen. A wallet. Ooh. Can I have this, please?
The wallet is somewhat worn. It contains just over $200 and the usual cards.
For my services? Basilica.
A fact sheet from a tour of Saint Sophia.
A cruise.
A stamped reservation for the Bosphorus ferry.
Cool. Very messy in here. Oh, of course, he said. Aw. Ooh. Istanbul.
A brochure for this fascinating city.
A mustache.
Come to Poirot, my exquisitely sculpted friend.
A chocolate break. I could go for some chocolate.
A conspicuous gallantry cross for meritorious service in Iraq, yet he only retired as a captain.
The window.
4 floors.
Window?
It's impossible for a thief to have exited through the window.
First bank.
A list of travel expenses. But how did these papers end up on the floor?
Payroll deposit. $700.
The bed is skillfully made.
And the ring.
Earring. It is not
The lady
first
had it
time
on.
I've seen it. But where?
Oh, she did. I remember. A thief may have entered through the window. A thief may have forced the hall door. A thief must have entered. It can't be this one because he said the lock wasn't busted or anything. And it's 4 floors up, so he can't come through the window. So, voila.
That's the right answer.
All right. Did I see something? I feel like I'll interrogate the neighbors. Knock knock.
Go away, please.
A brief word, sir.
I will give you 2 brief words. Go away.
Monsieur.
I've been traveling all night from New York. Must I call the management?
Pardon, monsieur. I do not believe we have awakened a thief.
A flower. Please clean up my room.
The room is apparently empty. I will leave it for the moment.
Okay. That it? Talk to the captain. Breakfast?
How long were you at
For
breakfast,
cost?
Captain?
Half an hour or so. Just a roll and some coffee.
Why was there an earring in your room?
An earring?
A lady
previous
friend?
guest, I suspect. I don't wear them.
Why not?
Did you leave the window open?
No. That must be how the thief escaped.
I think not.
Yeah.
Unless the thief had wings. The bed is very neatly made, but the corners are not military style.
The price we paid for this hotel? I'm not going to make my own bloody bed.
Interesting pronoun. That.
We. Okay.
The bed is very neat.
The price...
In
Mind map. The captain invited someone. The bed is well made. The window is wide open. There are scattered papers on the floor. An earring is on the bedside table. And then a woman spent the night in the room. The window is wide open. Scattered papers. Conclude.
the wind probably blew the papers on the floor as it came in through the window. Moreover, the door is closed, and I found an earring on the bedside table. The captain invited a woman into his room. Maybe she is our culprit. That was easy.
Whoop. What's this? Ooh, intuition. Intuitions allow you to draw your own conclusions. I think the captain is protecting stole the ticket.
This direction looks promising.
I remember you.
That's the right answer.
Question the captain.
Captain Arbuthnot, I have examined your room. Much was revealed, possibly more than you expected. Rest assured, we will soon find your ticket.
It's about bloody time. I have a train to catch.
You gave it to
As
her,
do I.
and
You
then
are
want to
traveling on
complain,
the
so you
Orient
get a new one.
Express.
We?
We?
If you will be good enough to answer a few questions, we may both make our train.
Ask away.
Please give me an account of your movements yesterday.
I spent most of my day in Istanbul, sightseeing. I returned to the hotel as the sun was setting. The desk clerk can confirm I was alone when I picked up my key. I spent the night alone. I had no visitors in my room.
But you said we, though.
Have you told me the entire truth, Captain Arbuthnot?
Of course. I want you to find my ticket.
Can you explain the earring I found on the bedside table?
An earring?
Yeah, the one I said
yes,
twice before.
Forgive me, Mr. Poirot. I had some business correspondence that wanted answering. The hotel provides help for business travelers. They sent up a secretary. I dictated a letter, and she mailed it for me. I hadn't noticed that she had lost an earring.
And when did you invite this secretary? This woman may be the thief we are looking for.
That was yesterday evening. My ticket was still there when I went down to breakfast. She can't have taken it.
I see. Never mind. It is easily checked. And there was no other person in your room?
No, I swear there wasn't.
Ah, well, never mind. If it is not her, there is only one option left.
Fine. Please finish your job quickly. I'll be downstairs in the lobby.
The desk clerk. Where is the... Here we go. Elevator. Click. Fun, fun, fun. The desk clerk. Where did, there he is. Book.
Pardon, monsieur. May I inquire when the staff begins cleaning the rooms?
Every morning at breakfast time, sir. After making certain there are no guests in the room, of course.
May I speak with the chambermaid who cleaned room 411 this morning?
I hope you don't think that one of our staff stole the ticket.
No. Do not distress yourself. We seek only information.
I will summon her at once.
Oh, I'd ask her to bring her laundry cart.
The tickets don't have names on them. Like if the person who stole it trying to get on the train, it would be like, this is not your ticket. Hello.
Do not be frightened, mademoiselle. Did you clean room 411 this morning?
Room 411? Yes, that is one of mine.
The ticket?
Did you see a ticket on the desk when you entered the room?
I'm sorry, I didn't notice a ticket. There was a wallet, but of course I did not touch it.
The window?
Did you open the window?
Yes,
close.
we always air the rooms. Oh, but I forgot to close the window. While I was making the bed, the person from next door was pounding on the wall. I wondered if he needed assistance. I tossed the dirty sheets in my cart, quickly finished mopping, and went to see, but it was nothing. But I'm afraid I left the window open. I'm so sorry.
A window left open, papers scattered on the floor.
His eyebrows.
The chambermaid cleaning the room. I believe I can now visualize what
Visualize. Go to your mind palace. Yeah. Reconstruction of the scene. Alright. Oh, okay. The chambermaid opens the window and the wind blows the ticket. I know that goes together. Then the wind blows the ticket. Oh no. Okay. Ticket lands in the cart, and the dirty bed linen is dropped. She opens the window, changes the bed linen. The wind blows the ticket lands in the cart.
My little gray cells did not let me down.
What does that even mean? Is it in your cart?
Poirot is not going to touch the dirty laundry.
And why not? make him do it.
Mademoiselle, would you be so kind as to look in the sheets from room 411?
The Polar Express ticket?
And so the missing train ticket completes its strange journey. An open window, a laundry cart, and an annoying neighbor. But chance is the only guilty party in this dark mystery.
Mr. Poirot, I apologize. I believe my concern got the better of me, and I forgot myself. Thank you.
It was a case of great magnitude. I'm glad I was up to the challenge. And that, I think, is that.
Another case solved. Bye. Leave the
Our
hotel.
bags are all packed. I have my ticket and papers. If you give me yours,
I'll hang on to mine.
but as your secretary...
As my secretary, you see to the bags, Hector.
Yes. Yes, sir.
That man, I have a curious impression of him, as if I were observing a wild animal, uncaged.
I know who the lady is, I remember.
We must leave for the station. Our
From the
bags are in the
demo.
taxi. Did you find the ticket?
It was a case most difficult, but somehow Hercule Poirot managed.
I knew you could do it. Now we can sit back and enjoy a relaxing train ride.
A mystery? No. A trifle for Poirot. Finish chapter 0. Obituary. Huh? What? I never
You are
read it.
in luck, Poirot. Of course, no journey on this train is ever ordinary, but this is a special occasion. To celebrate the 140 years of the Orient Express, the engine will be none other than the splendid Pacific 231G558. There she is,
Fascinating.
Poirot. The most celebrated train in history. Oh, my eyes fill with tears of pride. It is time we were aboard, my friend. Follow me. The wagon-lit conductor, Pierre Michel, will direct you to your compartment.
Lead the way, Book.
Book. I want to ride on a train. I never ridden
It
before.
was built in France in 1922 by the Compagnie Batignolles-Châtillon. At the time of its purchase by the SNCF in 1938, it could reach speeds up to 130
He's like-
kilometers per hour. Wait until you see. It is like
You had the...
back in time.
Yeah.
Today, the train is limited to 100 kilometers per hour. I assure you, that will be more than fast enough to get you to Paris in time for your connection to London. In the meantime, you will bask in the magic that is the Orient Express.
Good evening, monsieur. Your
Monsieur?
compartment is number 202. However, I am afraid that all the others are already full.
Fool? But how can that be?
It is incredible, monsieur. All the world elects to travel tonight.
All the same, you must find room for this gentleman here.
Kick somebody out.
I can exercise my powers of observation while they try to find me a bed.
He
You
is
just sleep on the
pretty
floor.
fine. He can have number 201.
It is taken, monsieur.
What?
I have like
201?
a telescope
Yes,
thingy.
we are full.
Just out, just looking.
The 100.
Why did you order so much lobster, Hotaru?
My dear Freya,
Freya. I love the name Freya.
specialty on the second class. And if the lobster a la mori isn't fresh, the passengers will know.
Passenger.
We don't have enough space for my desserts. Tonight, molten chocolate cake. Tomorrow, my specialty.
That is not my concern. They will not have room for them anyway.
There's always room for dessert.
Chicken a la mori must be the first night dish for the travelers. It is easier to digest.
Ugh, you really are the egomaniac everyone says you are.
I have every reason to be. I am the engine.
I got a little tattoo.
The caboose.
You're the caboose.
Darling, we have to get aboard.
I know.
I have heard of the phobia, fear of flying, but fear of trains?
Now you're making fun of me.
Never, my love. We'll board shortly, once our compartment is ready.
Cute. Oh.
Notice the young woman from the hotel. She again wishes to watch the old man with his little friend, but not to be seen herself.
You look crazy over there.
Is everything aboard the train, Hector?
In your compartment, Mr. Ratchet. I'm having them disinfect the room again as you instructed. I also got a call from the Indians. The sale is going through as you expected.
There was never any doubt. No other phone calls, Hector? From Geneva or Venice?
No, sir. Who were you expecting?
Never you mind.
Never
Check
you
our
mind.
tickets. We're not going in until everything is confirmed.
The young man seems quite agreeable, but the older man is something quite different.
Anybody else?
Mary.
Not now. Not now. When it's all over, when it's behind us, then.
What was that about?
Poirot, I am mortified. The 140th anniversary, perhaps, but such a plague
Sorry? I'm trying to make sure my thing's on. Okay.
of passengers.
Passengers. The young man fills what role? Secretary? What is the woman afraid of? Taking the train?
Good.
Good. How is this woman feeling? She is worried.
Right.
Two chefs. What is their bone of contention? Storage.
Right.
Who is this woman watching?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the right answer.
Sorry, I just need to make sure my sound's on. I do not want to have another mishap. Okay.
Poirot, we have a solution. A gentleman has not yet come.
An Englishman, a Monsieur Harris.
A name of good omen.
It is already time to leave. What do I care for Mr. Harris?
As Monsieur pleases, I had your things sent straight to your compartment. Unfortunately, you will be with another traveler.
No.
Only for the first night. It cannot be helped.
I will survive, mon ami.
No.
Monsieur Book, we can't find enough space in the kitchen refrigerator to store all of my ingredients.
How is it possible?
His recipes are extravagant. We need to leave something on the platform.
Am I going to
If
decide?
my monsters don't go, I don't go.
And have the passengers on the Orient Express go hungry? Never!
Must I intervene? The problem is unworthy of Poirot, but I do not intend to starve on the most luxurious train in the world.
How do I gotta solve it? I'm here to solve a murder.
Thank you for coming to help us.
It is impossible to fit everything into the Gary's refrigerator. Obviously, my entree are more important than dessert.
If Mr. Mori delays his lobsters for a day or two, we can restock at another station.
Delay? You ask me to delay? Freya?
Calm yourself, my friend. I'm sure we can find a solution. Is that a diagram of the refrigerator?
Oh, a puzzle.
Yes, he refuses to look at it.
Puzzle, puzzle, puzzle. She's an American? I don't think she's 19.
voilà.
Et voila. Okay. That's to start over. Can you rotate it? No. I feel like that's right. These two. I guess it could go like that. And like that. You can go anyway. Oh god. Okay, that has to go like that. It's a big box. Oh god. Oh lord. Like that, maybe? No. Well, it could have a space in it. Nope. Woo. That looks promising. Here we go.
Et voilà.
You saved tomorrow night's dinner. Mr. Poirot, I will reserve the finest lobster just for you.
I look forward to it, monsieur.
Lobster.
Quel dessert, mademoiselle.
Hopefully, that will be the last mystery you face on our journey, my dear Poirot.
Speak
Your
too soon.
apartment for tonight only is at the back of the second-class carriage, number 102. Tomorrow, you move to a private compartment.
I forgot what number he said. 102?
Welcome, Monsieur Poirot. I apologize for the delay.
Thank you, Monsieur Michel. I am delighted you could accommodate me.
Uh-oh. Or 202?
These first-class rooms are very spacious and luxurious.
I want to ride on a train.
Pardon me?
Oh, my apologies.
Excusez-moi. (102) Oh, hello. Where's your bird?
This lady has a style of her own, eccentric but chic.
What room am I in? I meant tab. 102. Okay. Here we are. Oh.
Excuse me, I think you made a mistake.
You are Mr. Harris?
No, my name is McQueen. There is no other berth on the train, monsieur. All is arranged. Yours is the upper berth. We start in 1 minute. The train's remarkably full.
En voiture!
Listen, sir, if you'd rather have the lower berth, easier and all that, well, that's all right by me.
No, you are too amiable. It is for one night only, at Belgrade.
Oh, I see. You're getting out of Belgrade.
Not exactly.
Oh, it was inspired by real events. Snowy. Oh no, Polar Express. I love the Polar Express. Am I gonna get to go up here? I hope so. You can ride on the front of the train, yell at some caribou. Oh, what are those back there? Somebody's living out here? Well, there's poles, I guess. Oh, yeah. I thought we were in the middle of nowhere. A night has passed since the train's departure from Istanbul. It's the evening of the second day of the journey. December 16th.
Ladies and gentlemen, dinner is served. You may join the rest of the passengers in the dining car.
Your shirt's very wrinkly. Meet book. Hello. This way?
Excuse me, monsieur. Pierre asked me to inform you that a passenger left us, so his room is yours. Monsieur Bouc instructed that your things be transferred to room 202 during dinner. You will be more comfortable in first class.
It is true what you say. Thank you,
Mr. Fouché, monsieur.
Fouché. The restaurant. So many doors.
Please, my friend, join me. I have taken the liberty of ordering you your lobster.
I didn't eat lobster.
Thank you. It appears our fellow passengers are all gathered here again tonight.
Ah. If I had but the pen of a Balzac, I would depict the scene.
Oh, it is an idea, that.
Ah, you agree. It has not been done, I think. And yet, it lends itself to romance, my friend. All around us are people of all classes, of all nationalities, of all ages. For 3 days, these people, these strangers to one another, are brought together. They sleep and eat under one roof. They cannot get away from each other. At the end of the journey, they part. They go their several ways, never perhaps to see each other again.
Certainly it interests us, inviting us to watch and wonder about their lives.
Ah, I know you, my friend. Even now, your mind, it is at work. Let us test it. For example, what do you make of those two?
Who?
Mamma mia.
Mamma
You
mia.
can feel the power of
You can
envy.
feel.
We climb into the mountains with ease. I know something about the power, and this baby has it in spades.
There's something special about a train. I'll give you that. I sell toys, and
Oh,
model
okay.
trains are one of our biggest items. And not just for children, either.
You sell model cars too?
Sure, but give me a train any day.
Oh, my friend. What do you have
They
against
do
cars?
sell a billion.
Now I work at Fortuna in Italy as a spokesperson. We are producing the next generation of electric cars, the Fortuna Firenze. Like the city, it is beautiful. We got the competitors looking over their shoulders so much, they're going to hit something.
Didn't mean to be insulting. It's just that there's something magical about a train.
Oh, I forgot what he said.
We climb into the mountains with ease.
Italian.
Something
Yeah, he's
about
19.
power, and this baby has it in spades.
There's something special about a train. I'll give you that. I sell toys, and model trains are one of our
I
biggest.
think he's a gardener.
And not just for children either.
You sell model cars too?
Sure, but give me a train any day.
Oh, my friend. What do you have against the cars? Now I work at Fortuna in Italy as a
I do not think that's the right answer.
What?
This is wrong.
What?
But I must admit I'm not right this time.
He's not 35. Oh. Okay.
That's the right answer.
The loud gentleman is very confident, a master of his own fate. It is as much in the inflection as it is in the words. He believes in winning, also that he is the one who will win.
You are a magician.
Oh, it is not a parlor trick, my friend. It is simply observation.
I was visiting my daughter. She works at the American Embassy in Istanbul. I told her she'd never find a husband there. Since I wanted to see Paris on my way home, she told me I should take this high-class train. I can't wait to see Paris. It looks beautiful in the movies, but it couldn't be more beautiful than Schenectady in the good old US of A. That's where I'm living now. And you, Miss Debenham, was it? Where do you hail from?
I was born in the UK.
Oh, that's in England, isn't it?
Oh.
What do you do for a living?
I teach English to children in other countries.
I see. Oh, I wish I spoke a foreign language.
Me
My
too.
daughter speaks several languages.
I'm
Let
working
me tell
on
you
it.
about her work. It's very important.
I don't want to hear about your daughter's work. She's British. She is 23. She's an English teacher.
Think, Poirot. That is.
She doesn't look 40. She looks young.
I'm right again.
40 is
That
young.
happens to me a lot.
I got it wrong though.
There is much you can learn about someone just by observing them and listening. For example, that lady is reserved. She reveals little. She is self-contained. Some secret prompts her to allow her dinner companion to carry the conversation. I confess, in this case, what I witnessed in Istanbul suggests more, but I will respect her privacy.
You will always amaze me.
More? Oh, no. That's mine. Don't look at it.
My friend, this is one of the best desserts I have ever eaten.
You have always had the sweet tooth.
Me
But
too.
this-
She couldn't tell.
It is a masterpiece. I can't understand how the dessert can be so good. I would love to know what the recipe is. I couldn't tell what flavor the ice cream is.
How am I supposed to know?
It looks like lemon. Look at the zest.
Yes, I wasn't sure what that was.
You don't know what lemon tastes like? Raspberry?
What is the red fruit?
It looks like a raspberry.
You have a good eye, Poirot.
Purple. Ruh-roh.
The biscuit is the foundation of the dessert. All else is built upon it. What do you think?
It's not a chocolate, it's a crushed biscuit.
It looks like crushed biscuits, my friend.
Finally observed, indeed. Poirot, I am
Find the right
embarrassed to
ingredients
ask
by
you a
looking at
great
Freya's
favor.
dessert.
My friend, I am on this train due to the great favor you have done me. How may I assist you?
This dessert is sublime. If only I had the recipe. Unfortunately, the pastry chef, Miss Nielsen, she will guard her secrets. But you, my friend, I am sure you could make her confess.
You wish me to persuade the pastry chef to give up her recipe?
You who are the expert at interrogation.
Book, it is a dessert.
It is the pinnacle of desserts. You, my friend, who, as you say, are on this train. I blush to remind you.
I blush.
Fine, you win. Again, what wouldn't I do for you, my friend?
Oh, thank you, Poirot. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good evening, mademoiselle.
Good evening, sir. How can I help you?
That was a magnificent dessert you served us tonight. I wanted to tell you personally how much both Monsieur Bouc and I enjoyed it.
Thank you very much, sir.
In fact, it is so good. Monsieur Bouc insists on knowing how you made it.
Oh, sir, I'm sorry. You must know a chef never gives away their recipes. But, well, you helped with the refrigerator, and without space in it for me, there would have been no dessert. Very well. To prepare tonight's dessert, first I melt sugar to make caramel. Then I spread this caramel to make tuiles. Between two tuiles, I add a small scoop of lemon ice cream, and I put the whole thing on a strawberry crown.
Poirot, you are suspicious even now. The pastry chef
Yeah.
gave up her prized recipe a little too easily. I sense she wasn't entirely...
It wasn't a strawberry.
Thank you for sharing your recipe with me. But I doubt those are strawberries you're using.
Oops. You have a good eye, Monsieur Poirot. Very well. What fruit do you think I used?
A raspberry.
You used raspberries, not strawberries. I'm not fooled.
You're right. Mr. Bouc, he couldn't tell the difference. Let's move on to the bottom part of the dessert.
My favorite part of the dessert.
First, I melted some butter. I crumbled pieces of chocolate into the butter. Then I placed the mix in a circular mold. Finally, I let the whole thing cool down to let it harden.
Butter. Crumbled pieces of chocolate. Circular mold. I don't know.
It's certainly not chocolate that you've crumbled.
I see you do have an excellent palate. Do you know what ingredients I used?
Why do you keep lying to me?
A clever pastry chef might mix crushed biscuits with butter to create this delicious base.
That's it. You're getting closer to the entire recipe.
Just tell me.
I've caught murderers with less difficulty than this.
I'll give you one last challenge. I'm sure you will be able to figure out the order I mix my ingredients in. If you can, you will have earned my recipe.
Mademoiselle, solving the murder of Roger Ackroyd was easier than this.
I'm supposed to be solving murders, not the recipes, desserts, recipes. The vanilla is find the order of the custard. Vanilla, then eggs. Oh. Alright. The vanilla is added just before the flour. The eggs are added first or last. The orange peel comes after the flour. You should never add sugar and milk consecutively. The eggs and orange peel are right next to each other in the recipe. Where's the milk? Sugar. And what is that? The eggs and orange peel are right next to each other. Oh wait, what's this? That's flour. The vanilla is added just before the flour. You should never add sugar and milk consecutively. And the sugar is added later than the vanilla.
My little gray cells did not let me down.
Got it.
As promised, my recipe is yours. Give me 5 minutes to write it down for you.
Thank you. I am in your debt.
Why?
I can take advantage of this moment to resume my little observation.
Did you enjoy the meal?
I'm not used to meals like this.
You do not have good restaurants in Kenya?
Actually, we do. This is in the 1930s.
I did not mean to offend.
You didn't like the meal?
The lobster, it was undercooked, and the potatoes were too dry.
I expect, being Princess Dragamirov's assistant, you must be used to eating well.
Cooking is an art. You do not need to wear the chef's hat to be an artist.
What is your favorite dish?
Currywurst. It is a specialty of mine.
Currywurst.
Did you enjoy the meal?
I'm not used to meals like this.
33.
You do not have good restaurants in Kenya?
Actually, we do. This is in the 1930s.
I did not mean to offend.
You didn't like the meal?
The lobster, it was undercooked, and the potatoes were...
That was easy.
I made a lot of progress on the expenses last night, sir. I should be done by tomorrow morning.
You're supposed to be a fast worker, Hector.
Sorry, sir. Working here is not as comfortable as in our office in Boston.
You're lucky to ride in a train like this.
Okay. Dude. He's American. Full-blooded American. He's about 40. He's a secretary.
My little gray cells did not let me down.
Here you are, sir. My recipe. Please tell Mr. Book he should not expect my recipes for the other desserts.
Why'd you hand it to me all
Thank you
weird?
very much, mademoiselle. I know he will sincerely appreciate the gesture, and I will make certain he gets the message.
Poirot, you were gone such a long time.
It proved more challenging than I expected.
This is wonderful. Did it require the use of your little gray cells?
More the exercise of my little taste buds.
Thank you so much, my friend. Eat your dessert. You've earned it.
Yum. Hello. Oh, hello.
Good evening. My name is Ratchet. I think that I have the pleasure of speaking to Mr. Hercule Poirot, is that so?
You have been correctly informed, monsieur.
Your exploits are well known on my side of the Atlantic. In my country, we come to the point quickly. Mr. Poirot, I want you to take on a job for me. Are you interested in earning a lot of money?
My clientele, monsieur, is limited nowadays. I undertake very few cases.
Why, naturally. I understand that. But this, Mr. Poirot, means big money. Big money.
He's an American, 62, and a businessman. Hee
That was easy. What is it you wish me to do for you, monsieur Ratchet?
Mr. Poirot, I am a rich man. A very rich man.
Okay.
Men in that position have enemies. I have an enemy.
Monsieur, in my experience, when a man is in a position to have, as you say, enemies, then it does not usually resolve itself into one enemy only.
Yes, I appreciate that point. Enemy or enemies, it doesn't matter. What does matter is my safety. My life has been threatened, Mr. Poirot. Now, I'm a man who can take pretty good care of himself. But as I look at it, a little insurance wouldn't hurt. And remember, big money.
I regret, monsieur, that I cannot oblige you.
What's wrong with my proposition?
If you will forgive me for being personal, I do not like your face, Mr. Ratchet. Now, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to finish my coffee peacefully.
That means shoe fly. Go to sleep. And the room is 202.
A nightcap, Monsieur Poirot?
A cup of coffee, Monsieur Fauché. Then I will retire to my new compartment.
I am sure you will find it to be most comfortable.
Choo-choo! These towns just... Who's stopping here? It looks desolate.
We have stopped?
Yes, sir. Belgrade Station. If you'd like to go out and get some fresh air, now is the time. The train leaves at 9:15.
No, I see that it is snowing. I will not seek out the fresh air.
Okay, you didn't say you had to.
May I suggest a chocolate to accompany your coffee? It is produced by my father, the best chocolatier in Switzerland.
I would never refuse a chocolate with such high recommendation.
I know you will enjoy it, and please let me know if there is anything else you require.
Swiss. He looks younger than
That's
28.
the right answer.
Everything was perfect. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Is there anything you require, monsieur?
No, merci.
No thanks. Let's go to our room and go to bed.
Why, I thought you'd left us.
You misunderstood me.
But, man, your baggage, it's gone.
It has been moved into another compartment, that is all.
Oh, I see.
You think you're better than me? Just kidding.
I wish you a good night, Monsieur Poirot.
Thanks.
Good night.
Good night.
I hope you'll sleep well and that your head will be better in the morning.
It is just the cold. I'm now making my...
Okay. You gonna slam the door in my face? He didn't slam it.
Monsieur Ratchet seems very upset.
Yeah, you told him you didn't like his face. This is my room. I thought it would be bigger than this. No.
Ah, finally a real dog fit for a king.
I don't think that...
Retired detective.
These little jammies. Uh-oh. What happened?
Monsieur Ratchet?
Ce n'est rien, je me suis trompé.
He's fine. In the morning?
Good night, madame.
Everything okay?
American lady?
Yes, don't worry. You'll know how Mrs. Hubbard is.
I don't know her at all.
Imagine to yourself the time I have had with her. She insists, but insists, that there is a man in her compartment. Just imagine it, monsieur. In a space of this size, where would he conceal himself? I argue with her. I point out that it is impossible. She insists. She woke up and there was a man there. And how, I ask, did he get out? And leave the door bolted behind him? But she will not listen to reason.
That one does not leave time to listen. The train has stopped, Mr. Michel?
We have run into a snowdrift. Heaven knows how long we shall be here. I remember once being snowed in for 7 days.
Where are we?
Between Vinkovsky and Brod.
Oh la la.
Oh la la.
It's time for me to go back to bed.
I wish you a good night, monsieur. Or what is left of it.
Thanks. Good night, night. His little slippers. 6 o'clock. Okay. Let me rest. What? Six. I do not like your face, Mr. Ratchet. Uh-oh, this is where the demo started.
The train is still stuck and the snow continues to fall. I should have taken an airplane. Well, I must make the best of it and join the other passengers
It is.
for breakfast.
I wonder how much it's the same. Probably the whole thing. A comb.
The mustache comb
Mustache.
became unruly knots.
Nuts.
Finest of curling irons for the mustache. Wax to preserve the perfect symmetry of the mustache.
The mustache. Mr. Michel?
Good morning, Monsieur Michel.
Good morning, sir. Please enjoy our special breakfast in our restaurant.
Okay. A zebra.
This delay is intolerable.
My daughter said it would be the easiest way in the world. Just
Good morning, madam. The snow is a predicament, is it not?
I am Russian. Snow is no stranger to me.
Ah, the accent. Would it be St. Petersburg?
You are very perceptive. Monsieur Poirot, is it not?
And may I take it, I have the honor of addressing Princess Natalia Dragomirov.
We dispense with the old titles these days. My husband, all of my past, was taken from me by these Stalinists. When they were gone, I became director of the St. Petersburg Museum of Antiquities to restore and preserve what I can of my country's history.
Still, the delay must be vexing.
If I must be late for my appointments, then they will wait.
I know that I would certainly wait, madame. It has been my extreme pleasure to make your acquaintance, madame.
Au revoir, Monsieur Poirot.
Au revoir. Okay.
A beautiful piano. What a luxury. Pity there's no one to play it.
Breakfast. Frukost.
How long are we expected to be stranded here?
It won't do much good complaining to me. That fellow there with the moustache, he may know something.
Excusez-moi, sir.
Yes?
Monsieur Bouc asks for you to join him in compartment 203.
I haven't had my breakfast yet. I'm hungry.
Look here, Poirot. Can you tell us anything?
I can tell you the snow, it will not move aside on its own.
Of course. But you obviously have some influence with Bouc.
I am going to see him
No,
now.
pick the
I
train
will
up.
Ask him if he has any information.
You go out there and dig it with your hands. Join book. First class, up in the sky. Boy, we're done on the ground.
Ah, my good friend. Come in. We have need of you.
What has occurred?
A passenger lies dead in his bed. Stabbed.
A passenger? Which passenger?
In there. He's an American. A man called Ratchet. It was his valet, Masterman, who was worried that Mr. Ratchet was not awake yet. Pierre Michel, the conductor, decided to break in and found the body.
I see. Well, my friend, I think it is best not to touch anything and wait for the police to arrive.
Oh, I tried to call the police, but there is no cell tower for many kilometers. We could be stuck in the snow for hours. The murderer is with us. On the train, now! The sooner we catch him, the sooner we'll be out of danger. The Dr. Constantine is already examining the body.
Mon ami, this is not a missing train ticket. We must follow procedure. We must wait for the police to secure the crime scene.
Please, Poirot. I will take full responsibility.
Book, you ask. Well, if we cannot contact the outside world, then... Oh, you are going to drive me crazy. In truth, this problem intrigues me. I was reflecting not half an hour ago that many hours of boredom lay ahead whilst we are stuck here. And now, a problem lies ready to my hand.
You accept then?
C'est entendu. You place the matter in my hands.
Mr. Poirot, I am Dr. Constantine.
Forgive me, Doctor. You are a medical examiner?
No, but I have assisted in post-mortems at Nairobi Hospital, where I am a teaching fellow.
I am familiar with your excellent institution.
I do not intend to perform a full autopsy, but a preliminary examination should be of some use.
Of course. May I have a look? Then we can compare notes.
Please. If you need any help, I won't be far away.
Doctor.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
As you see, the victim has been stabbed many times. Several alone would have been fatal.
Yes, I agree. An attack most savage.
I will, of course, prepare a complete report on my findings.
Thank you.
I'll take photos.
I'll take photos.
The watch is broken. The hands are stopped at 1:15 a.m. One would expect that to be the time when the attack occurred.
Ew. Oh, I got him.
Last night, Monsieur Ratchet said he takes precautions. I see now what he meant. He knew he was in danger and wanted to be ready, yet it was no use to him. I will leave it here for the police.
Vape. Banana.
Did it belong to Ratchet? This phone was deliberately smashed. I'm sure I will find some interesting things inside. Where can the killer have gone? The chain lock is broken. Monsieur Michel told me that he broke the chain on the door to get into the room. The chain lock is... Monsieur... I shouldn't leave until I have finished inspecting the crime scene.
Pictures?
I wonder what could be in this photo.
A mind map. Some pills for
A
sleep.
box of sleeping pills.
A code. Well, are you cold?
Expensive clothing, recently laundered.
Alice was walking in the forest. Oh yeah, this is for the code. It's 19. Well, what? 1,000. Think of okay. I did a little mathy math for it. Very simple math, but 1,000 minus 10 times 2. Wait. 1,000. It's 1980.
Not exactly the reading material one would expect of a man like Ratchet.
1981. Hee Math. Quick math. Open. Ooh, money.
Not very surprising.
Some Benjis. A diary. Fontana de something.
A meeting place on the back of a postcard. Someone with the initials A.W.
W. For each person hurt, you will suffer the same harm. Your death is near. We never forget.
Unusual letters.
Paro.
This door communicates with compartment 204. The latch is open on this side. The snow is falling only lightly this morning. The murderer would have left tracks in the snow if he had jumped out the window.
Soon he. It could be a woman.
I'm sorry, Doctor, but I must question you.
Of course. I must be considered under suspicion like everyone else.
May I know your movements last night?
I share compartment 101 with Mr. Book. He would not stop talking about his beloved train. I listened to him for hours talking about his Orient Express.
My friend Book will no doubt confirm this.
He's the director of it, but he shares a room.
Did you know the victim?
Not at all. I noticed him last night at dinner, but I did not pay much attention.
Did you touch anything in here this morning?
I checked for a pulse. There was none. Rigor mortis had commenced. The body was cool to the touch. I touched nothing else.
What can you tell me about the victim?
He died from multiple stab wounds of varying angles and depth. More than one would have been fatal. I would place the time of death roughly between midnight and 2 a.m. With more time, I hope I can be more precise.
I assume the open window complicates matters.
Indeed. Conditions are not perfect.
Thank you for your help, Doctor.
Thank you. Okay, the window is open. The chain on the hall door is broken. Select two elements that reveal the most likely way the murderer exited Mr. Ratchet's room. The murderer probably hoped he was going to get out at the next station through the window, but the train never made it. The connecting door is not latched. The murderer was able to get through the connecting door because it was not latched. The murderer could not get out through the hall because it was locked from the inside.
So, the murderer must have exited through Madame Hubbard's room.
Et voilà.
Et voilà.
My little gray cells did not let me down.
Another crime scene. Ooh. Rotate. Here we go. For Daisy.
For Daisy. Interesting.
Et voilà.
Peace.
I shouldn't leave until I have finished inspecting the crime scene. I shouldn't leave until I have finished inspecting the crime scene. This door communicates.
Oh. H.
A handkerchief. There's a letter H embroidered on it.
Now, can I leave?
I shouldn't leave.
Listen, there's nothing else for you to look at.
Leave until I have finished inspecting the crime scene. I shouldn't leave.
Are you
until I
serious?
have finished I shouldn't leave.
What the fuck? $16 out of 17.
Leave until I have finished inspecting.
I looked at everything. What are you talking about?
Ratchet had an appointment he will never keep.
Oh, that's it? Jesus. Recap. Select 2 event elements that help uncover what happened tonight. Box of sleeping pills. A gun. And a threatening letter.
This is wrong, but I'm never far from the truth.
Ratchet wanted to stay on his guard, yet he took a sleeping pill.
I can't imagine Ratchet taking a sleeping pill if he feared for his life.
That was easy.
That was easy. Ratchet's employees.
That's the right answer.
Can I leave now?
I think I've seen everything I need at the moment. I'm counting on you to finish your analysis.
I'll have a more detailed report for you as soon as I can.
So, Poirot, did you find anything out?
It's a bit early for the handcuffs, my friend. Even for Hercule Poirot. Do not worry, mon ami. I believe our culprit has no plans to strike again. Monsieur Ratchet was the target. Of that I am convinced. Tell me, Book, how did you spend last night?
This is a joke, I hope. Don't you trust your old friend?
My friend, calm yourself. I must hear your story in order to corroborate other accounts.
Ah, naturally. Let me see. I went to my compartment after dinner. Dr. Constantine was already there. We talked about his career. He's a Cambridge man, you know. After university, he returned to his country and has done much good there. He was so interested in the Orient Express. I told him all the anecdotes I know. I'm not certain when we fell asleep, but it was very late.
Here is what I have found out. Monsieur Ratchet was stabbed many times. I also found threatening letters in his safe. He had a loaded gun under his pillow, so he was on guard, ready to defend himself. However, there was an empty glass with white residue at the bottom. I suspect a barbiturate. Perhaps he was forced to take it. In any case, I am certain he was unconscious, unable to defend himself. I also found several other items at the crime scene, possibly related to the murder. They must be investigated.
By all means, Poirot. As fast as you can.
I also found liquid for an electronic cigarette, but I could not find a vape. This might belong to the murderer.
This criminal is an amateur.
I need a list of the passengers with their compartment numbers.
Pierre Michel will have it.
I must interview the rest of the passengers and the staff.
I'll be in the bar car if you need me. We are hours late. Soon I hope help will arrive.
Okay. Mr. Michel.
Monsieur Michel, I must ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
I will do everything I can to help.
First of all, tell me about yourself.
Very well. My name, as you know, is Pierre Michel. I am from Calais. I've been with
Calais.
the company for over 15 years.
Thank you.
He's a Frenchman.
I must admit I'm not right this time.
Wrong one.
Et voilà.
Can you provide me with a listing of the passengers and their rooms, please?
Yes, certainly.
Thanks.
I would like to reconstruct with your help the events of last night. Monsieur Ratchet retired to bed. When?
Almost immediately after dinner, sir. Actually, before we left Belgrade.
Did anybody go into his compartment after that?
His valet, monsieur. Monsieur Masterman, and then his secretary, the young American gentleman, Monsieur McQueen.
And that is the last
Let
time
me
you
McQueen.
saw or heard of him?
No, monsieur. You forget that Monsieur Ratchet rang his bell around 12:40 a.m., soon after we had stopped. I knocked at the door, but he called out in French, "Ce n'est rien, je me suis trompé." I then left to answer another bell that had just rung.
Are you a smoker?
Indeed.
Do you smoke e-cigarettes?
No, tobacco only.
Where were you at 1:15 a.m.?
I was sitting on my little seat at the end of the car,
My little
facing up
seat?
the corridor.
Are you sure?
I left.
Are you sure you were there?
1 a.m. to speak about the snow with my colleague Jean in the bar car. I came back later. There was a call. I remember speaking to you.
Indeed, I remember. Carry on.
It was the American lady, Madame Hobart. She thought she saw a man in her compartment. Then, around 1:50 a.m., I made
AM?
the bed for Monsieur Ratchet's secretary, Monsieur McQueen. He had spent the evening talking with the English Captain Arbuthnot. At 2 a.m., I returned to my place and stayed there until dawn.
And?
What is the last station where we stopped?
Vinkovsky.
Could someone have come on board?
Possibly. I was very busy. Owing to the weather, we were a few minutes late. We left at 12:10 a.m.
Okay.
That was easy.
Easy peasy. Lemon squeeze. Freshly squeezed.
Good morning, madam. I am Hercule Poirot.
Caroline Hubbard. What can I do for you, Mr. Poirot?
I am the bearer of unfortunate news.
It's obvious with all the commotion that something has happened.
Madame Hubbard, I am afraid your neighbor, Monsieur Ratchet, was murdered last night.
Oh my God. I knew it.
Oh
I knew it.
I would like to ask you some questions, but first, may I inspect your room?
Of course, yes. You must.
She's 18.
That's the right answer.
A button.
Here is a jacket button. It bears the logo of the Orient Express.
You're cheating on your husband with someone here.
This door connects to Monsieur Ratchet's compartment. It was latched on this side. The luxury of the Orient Express is present in every detail.
Very nice. Why doesn't my apartment look like this? Moustache.
You can never have too many of these.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Madame, please tell me about last night.
The murderer was right here in my compartment. I woke up. All in the dark it was. I was just so scared I couldn't scream. I pressed the call button. I pressed and pressed. I heard footsteps running in the corridor, then a knock on my door. "Come in," I screamed. And I switched on the lights at the same time. And would you believe it? There wasn't a soul there.
You think he went back into the
A
other
ghost.
compartment?
How do I know where he went? I had my eyes shut tight. The conductor came in. I told the man what had happened, and he didn't seem to believe me. I asked him to search the room, but he found nothing. I told the conductor to look at the door between the compartments, and sure enough, it wasn't bolted. Well, I soon saw to that. I told him to bolt it, then and there.
How is it you didn't bolt the door between the two compartments?
But I had. Well, as a matter of fact, I asked that Swedish lady, Olsen, Greta, if it was bolted, and she said it was.
How was it you could not see for yourself?
I was already in bed, and my toiletry bag was hanging on the hook of the door. I couldn't see the latch from where I was.
What time was it when you asked her to do this for you?
Oh, it must have been around 10:30 or 10:30.
You could have got him and did it yourself.
She'd come along to see if I had an aspirin. But instead of opening my door, she opened Mr. Ratchet's door by mistake. He said something quite rude, like, "Not a chance, lady, you're too old." It shocked her. She came in. I told her where to find the aspirin, and she got it out of my toiletry bag. Poor girl, she didn't have a good night.
The same could be said for Monsieur Ratchet.
It appears Mademoiselle Olsen may be the last person to see Ratchet alive.
Is this yours?
Is this your handkerchief?
No, not at all.
Yet it is embroidered with an initial H, like your name.
I don't care. It's not mine, and I would certainly never buy something so impractical as that frilly thing.
Are you a smoker?
No, definitely not. Filthy habit.
I found a jacket button on your table. It looks like it belongs to a train employee. The button bears the logo of the Orient Express.
Well, of course the conductor came in last night, but he didn't go near that table.
Still, it's a safe bet that it belongs to the conductor. I'll check his jacket later, to be sure.
To be sure.
I have not finished inspecting your room. If you don't mind,
let's see if Mrs. Hubbard was telling the truth about the latch of the connecting door. This hook is probably where Mrs. Hubbard hung her toiletry bag. I can see the latch very well from here, even with the toiletry bag attached. I'll have to clear that up with Mrs. Hubbard.
Hey.
Mrs. Hubbard, you told me that the door connecting the two compartments was closed, correct?
Yes, it was, as I told you. I was already in bed and my toiletry bag was hanging on the hook of the door. I couldn't see the latch from where I was. That's why I asked Miss Olsen to check if it was closed.
That's a lie.
Are you sure everything you've told me is...
My back hurts.
Madame Hubbard?
Of course. I have an excellent memory.
Mrs. Hubbard, I
Get up.
tested putting your toiletry bag on the door hook as you told me. From your bed, you can easily see the latch on the door. The toiletry bag does not hide the latch at all.
Are you saying I'm lying? It may have been stuck somehow in a different position, or I may not have seen it in the darkness. Or I didn't think to look, you irritating man.
Details matter, madame. A man has been most savagely murdered. You will excuse me if I attempt to separate the truth from the false.
Forget my toiletry bag and focus on who entered my compartment. Probably after killing Mr. Ratchet.
Madame Hubbard is a force to be reckoned with, but I suspect I'm not done with her.
Thank you for your assistance, madame.
Wait. Select two elements to help deduce how the killer avoided being seen by Mr. Michel. Mr. Michel is not at his post between 1 and 1:20.
This is wrong, but I'm never far from the truth.
The murderer was able to take advantage of Mr. Michel's absence to escape without being seen at 1:15.
While Monsieur Michel was chatting with Monsieur Fauchet in the bar car between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m., the murderer could have escaped Ratchet's room without being seen. That's the right answer.
No.
This is the most likely answer.
And Mr. Michel? No.
This direction looks promising.
Okay, I have to go interrogate the valet and the secretary. Where are they? Second class.
Monsieur Edward Masterman, I believe. May I ask you some questions?
I can barely talk. I have a terrible toothache.
We have a doctor on board the train. Perhaps...
I do not need a doctor. I use essential oils. If you can find my flask of clove oil in my box, I would be grateful.
Fine, if you insist. I will help you.
I use essential oils.
By the smell, I think that the jojoba oil spilled on the other bottles, leaving their labels illegible. I must find another way to find which one is Masterman's toothache remedy. The weighing scale is soaked in jojoba oil. It's unusable. Ah, this old scale...
He happens to have two scales.
To start, I must first arrange the vials from the lightest to the heaviest.
That's heavier than that. It's very light. That one, then that one. That one's heavier. And that one's heavier. That's not correct? These are the lightest. Okay. That's not... What? Oops.
Now that I know the order, I think that I can easily guess which one is the clove oil.
This one.
Here is Monsieur Masterman's remedy.
Here is your remedy. I hope it will help.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Ah, well, I can finally speak without too much pain. I'm ready to answer your questions.
You are Monsieur Ratchet's valet?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Were you told that your employer was murdered?
Yes, sir. A very shocking occurrence.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Where were you?
What hour did you last see Monsieur Ratchet?
It must have been around 9 p.m., sir. That or a little after. I went to bed around 10:30 p.m., same as the person who shares my room. Mr. Foscarelli. He almost immediately began snoring.
What did you do then?
I read, sir. and I spent a while soothing my toothache with clove oil and listening to the snoring.
Did you hear anything during the night?
Yes, my roommate's snoring.
Are you a smoker?
Yes, sir. I have a cigarette now and then to relax.
Tell me about your employer, Monsieur Ratchet.
I've been working for him for 9 months. I should not wish to speak ill of the dead, but he was not a gentleman, sir.
Did you know that he had enemies?
Of course.
Yes, sir. I heard him discussing some threatening letters, sir, with Mr. McQueen.
Did he mention these letters to you?
He had been reading a letter when I came in. He asked me if I was the one who put it in his compartment. I told him that I had done no such thing, and he should report it to the police at the next station.
How did he respond?
He laughed, sir.
You're joking.
I do not joke, sir.
Forgive me, I can see you do not. Was he taking sleeping pills?
Always when traveling by train, sir. He said he couldn't sleep otherwise. Last night he asked me to give him 2. I did so, along with a glass of water. He dissolved them in the water.
Did you see him drink the water?
No, sir. I left right after I gave him the pills.
Was Monsieur Ratchet a smoker?
No. He finds smokers disgusting.
Can you tell me again why you gave sleeping pills to Monsieur Ratchet?
Yes. I gave him the pills because when he takes the train, he has trouble sleeping. The letter must have worried him. He specifically asked me to prepare the sleeping pills. I didn't see him drink the water with the pills in it.
Monsieur, I believe you are not telling me the truth.
What? How can you say that?
He received threatening letters. One, it seems, last night. Did you know he had a gun under his pillow? And even asked for my help to watch over him? I find it strange that he asked you for sleeping pills when he was afraid for his life and prepared to defend himself.
I'm sure I don't know. Maybe to calm his nerves, maybe out of habit.
It makes no sense.
Wait, please. Isn't it possible that Mr. Ratchet asked me to prepare the pills, but didn't plan to drink them for some reason?
It is possible. But I am a student of character, monsieur, and the Monsieur Ratchet you describe is not the man I met.
If you'll excuse me, my toothache is getting worse again.
I'm afraid this time you must prepare your own clove oil.
Chilling.
I believe I am addressing Monsieur Hector McQueen.
Guilty as charged.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, sorry. Just an expression. My father used to say it.
You must have had an interesting childhood. I am Hercule Poirot.
No need to be modest. You're a detective.
You are Monsieur Ratchet's secretary?
I am Mr. Ratchet's secretary. Just over a year. I mainly take care of translating certain texts for him. Mr. Ratchet only speaks English.
Prepare yourself for a shock. Your employer, Monsieur Ratchet, is dead.
So they got him after all.
What do you mean? You are assuming he was murdered?
I know he had enemies.
What can you tell me about Monsieur Ratchet?
He was American. He was an antiques dealer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much more. Mr. Ratchet never talked about himself or his life, but I think Ratchet wasn't his real name, and he left the United States to run away from something, or someone.
Yes?
He started getting letters, threatening letters.
Do you still have them?
I have one.
Did you know that Monsieur Ratchet had asked for my help?
Asked you? No, I didn't know.
He knew he was in danger. When did you last see him?
Last night around 10 o'clock, I should say.
Did you like your employer, Monsieur McQueen?
No, I did not. He was, I'm sure, a cruel and dangerous man.
Can you tell me your movements last night?
I went back to my compartment. I read a little. In Belgrade, I went out onto the platform to smoke, but it was cold. I quickly went back in. I then went to Mr. Ratchet's compartment to take some dictation for him. I left around 10 o'clock. I saw Captain Arbuthnot. We ended up chatting in my compartment. Then we went out on the platform to quickly stretch our legs at Vinkovsky. He left around 2 o'clock.
Thank you.
I will need to check Monsieur McQueen's story with Captain Arbuthnot.
I found a diary in Monsieur Ratchet's safe. Did you know about it?
I kept a business appointment book, but I know he had a personal diary as well. That looks like it.
Are you a smoker?
Yes, I smoke cigarettes. I've tried to quit, but no luck.
Can you give me this letter, please?
Of course. Here it is.
Time to die!
Was Monsieur Ratchet a smoker?
No, he hated the smell of smoke.
Okay. Gotta go find Arbuthnot.
I found a button from an Orient Express staff jacket. Did you lose one by any chance?
No, monsieur. As you can see, I have all my buttons. It is not mine.
Ratchet apparently spoke in French during the night of the murder. He only speaks English.
I do not think that's the right answer.
The murderer pretended Ratchet was still alive.
The murderer may have impersonated Ratchet by calling Monsieur Michel to make it seem that Ratchet was still alive at 12:37 a.m. Et voilà.
He's just in the room panicking, like, how do I get out of this? Ratchet takes sleeping pill. No. No. Wait, I thought he doesn't. The murderer enters Ratchet's room. He kills him with the gun. No, he killed him with a knife. He calls Mr. Michel to make believe that Ratchet is alive. He opens the window to escape, but the train is stuck. He waits for Mr. Michel to leave. Yeah.
That's the right answer.
Ooh, is Mr. McQueen a suspect?
Very well, I choose to go this way. This appears to be a good lead.
I don't think it'll be them two. Report to book.
So, my friend, have you found our killer?
Not yet, but I will tell you what I have learned.
Please.
Our assassin could have gotten on the train at Vinkovsky disguised as a conductor, entered Ratchet's room and killed him. Then he walked out through Madame Hubbard's connecting door, where he lost a button from his jacket. He had to wait for Monsieur Michel to be absent. He waited too long. The train had left the station.
He was trapped aboard.
Indeed. He had opened the window to make it look that he'd escaped that way. However, if he waited until the train stopped again due to snow, his footprints would have been found.
The murderer is still among us, on the train.
There's a problem with the second-class toilets.
What now?
All morning passengers have been complaining that the door is locked, so I went to check. I knocked, but no one answered. I didn't think I should open it without speaking to you first.
You did well, Monsieur Michel. Lead the way.
My hair tickling in my ear.
I use my master key.
A body?
Who is she? Is she alive?
She is breathing.
The girl
Then
from before.
If she's dead, isn't she our murderer?
That, my friend, is what we must find out.
The ticket reads Joanna Locke, traveling in compartment 105.
Miss, can you hear me? She's breathing. Her pulse is strong. There is no sign of physical violence. This woman is sleeping very soundly. This woman is sound asleep. Given her location, I would say she has been drugged and deposited here.
Well, at least it's not another murder on my train.
The train is, of course, full.
Monsieur, the list I gave you indicates that Hildegard Schmidt shares her compartment.
I will want to talk to her later. For now, we will concentrate on this mysterious young lady. Let's return her to her more comfortable bed.
Good idea. Pierre, locate this woman's room and fetch the doctor.
Yes, sir.
I will question her when she wakes up.
Please, let me know what you learn.
Mademoiselle Locke's compartment is 105. I suggest we return her to her more comfortable bed.
Yes, hopefully she will awaken soon.
Just throw water in her face. Splish. Let me go through your things.
A cup of tea with white residue at the bottom.
Poirot, what if the briefcase is
Here we go.
We really need to find the combination.
Book, silent like a mouse, please.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'll be quiet now. You need to concentrate. I will not utter another word. Not one.
Book, there will be another murder on the Orient Express in a moment.
Shut up, book. It's missing the
A
button.
briefcase and a wagon-lit conductor's jacket. And the button is missing.
Ooh.
The stuffed animal is the same as in the photo found at the crime scene.
What a coincidence.
Mademoiselle Locke appears to have been investigating Monsieur Ratchet.
Mademoiselle Locke seems very interested in our victim.
Of course. She has studied her target.
Possibly.
Possibly. Hush. ID?
Her driver's license confirms her identity. She is American.
These are fake IDs. It's certain.
We're the same height.
This badge says that Joanna Locke is an American detective with the Berkshire Police Department in Massachusetts.
An American police officer? Oh.
She has a gun.
Wait, he's so cute.
Criminals are often known to carry one.
Ratchet was stabbed, not shot.
And she's a detective.
Why take it on the train?
Look, she's waking up.
What are you doing, Jesus?
Thanks to you,
Gonna punch her
I
in
would
the
not be
face.
surprised if our murder victim were also waking up.
What?
What?
Oh, my head. What's all the yelling about?
Who are you? Give me a good reason why you should not be in handcuffs.
I can give you a reason, Book. Whose handcuffs will we use? I have none. Do you?
Well,
You are Joanna Locke, mademoiselle?
Yes, Joanna Locke. I'm a detective. Berkshire, Massachusetts Police.
I have found your credentials, mademoiselle.
I broke into your
I
suitcase.
know who you are, Mr. Poirot.
Then, if the introductions are complete, perhaps the explanations may begin.
I'll try. It's simple, really. I'm on the trail of a murderer.
Chapter 2.
I had just been promoted to detective after 5 years on patrol. It was my first time on a major case. It had been a month since Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped. The Armstrongs were desperate for some sign of hope. I was there only for paperwork, to fill in some blanks.
She sounded like she was reading off a script.
A topographical map, often more important than a road map in these mountains.
Kidnapping. A 3-year-old girl, daughter of John and Sonia, was taken sometime on the evening of February 24th. The abduction took place at the Armstrong residence where a reception was being held. A ladder was found outside the child's bedroom window. It was used to remove Daisy from the house. The window, usually locked from the inside, was found open. 4-wheel drive tracks were found in the woods near the house. No party guests drove a 4x4. Have 1 million ready in 2 to 3 days. We will inform you where to deliver the money. We caution you not to go to public or talk to the police. Can you hush? After law enforcement protocols were in place, the Armstrongs followed the ransom demand instructions and paid the ransom of $1 million on March 1st. You leave that alone, boy. Since then, there has been no further communication from the kidnappers, and Daisy has not been returned. The investigation is ongoing. We were hosting a social event to raise money for a local museum. There were many people, some of them total strangers to us, and we were all very busy. Then we heard Suzanne, Daisy's nanny, screaming. It must have been 10:45 or 10:50. My wife and I went upstairs to Daisy's room. Suzanne was crying hysterically. Daisy was no longer in her bed, and on her pillow was a ransom note. The last time I saw Daisy was about 10:30 when I went up to check on her in her room. I noticed Suzanne was not around, but Daisy was sleeping peacefully. I stayed with her for 10 minutes or so. I assumed Suzanne would return soon and rejoin the party. Error. Telephone record for the day of the abduction.
The phone record of the night of the kidnapping.
Abduction.
The last call was for 911.
991. Let's go. Arden, what are you doing? Quit. Please. Knock, knock. Quit licking. Quit.
Good evening. Colonel Armstrong?
Yes. You're the detective they phoned about.
Joanna Locke.
What are you
I
doing?
don't remember you.
I'm newly assigned to the case.
The light
It's
looks
about
weird.
time more detectives were involved. My wife Sonia, she hasn't been herself. Every day is a waking nightmare for us. Tell me you've uncovered something new.
I'm here to speak to your daughter's nanny. There was a computer problem. Her earlier statement has been lost.
Oh, I see. We had hoped. Well, do as you wish. I won't be far if you need me.
You have a nice house. It's too white and open for me. Too many windows. Well, I like the windows, but I'd be scared something would break the room easily. If a storm comes, that's a hazard. You pregnant?
Mrs. Armstrong, my name is Joanna Locke. I'm a detective investigating the kidnapping of your daughter. May I talk to you? When is your baby due? Mrs. Armstrong? Sonia?
I don't want to talk. I just want to see my daughter again. That's all that matters.
The poor woman.
Oops. Select an element in the file which can comfort Mrs. Armstrong.
Everything looks okay here.
Odin.
Hey, I'm a pretty good detective after all.
Hey, what?
Mrs. Armstrong? Let me show you this.
Daisy, my little Daisy. I miss her so much. How good it is to see her face.
You had the exact picture downstairs.
She
blown up.
loved her little stuffed animal, Fluffy. She took him everywhere with her. The kidnappers took it as well. They didn't have to. That means they wouldn't hurt her, doesn't it?
Every lead will be followed up. You have my word on that.
Thank you. I shouldn't lose hope. Somehow.
I know it isn't my case, but I just made a promise, and I mean to keep it.
Do you know where I can find Miss Moreau?
She's in her room. Last door on the left.
May I come back? If I have more questions?
Of course. Anything I can do.
The world through the eyes of a child seems so sweet. A toy castle. When I was a kid, I had a police station and a tiny squad car with a siren that really worked.
Knock, knock, knock.
Hello, are you Suzanne Moreau, Daisy's nanny?
Yes?
I'm Joanna Locke, a detective working on Daisy's case.
Is there any news?
I'm afraid not.
How can I help you?
I'm really sorry. I'm afraid I have to take your statement again concerning the evening of Daisy's disappearance. There was a computer problem. Your statement was accidentally deleted.
Of course. I want to help any way I can.
Tell me about that night in your own words.
The Armstrongs had a party to raise money for a museum, I think. Mrs. Armstrong is on their board. I was in charge of Daisy. I stayed with the little one all evening, playing with her and reading books to her. She couldn't sleep with all the noise and the comings and goings.
When did you notice Daisy was missing?
I was only gone 5 minutes to phone my mother. She's in the hospital. When I returned, Daisy wasn't in her bed. I thought she might have gone to look at the party, but then I saw the handsome note on her pillow. I screamed and screamed. I couldn't stop.
Did you notice anything unusual before that?
I was with Daisy all evening. Finally, she fell asleep. I didn't see anyone else or notice anything in particular.
Do you have any idea who did this?
No! I can't see who could have done such a horrible thing. The Armstrongs are such good people.
Her arms.
Like my own family.
Thank you for giving me your statement again. I'll get back to you if I have any questions.
I won't be far.
Okay, I have
Oh, I
Suzanne's
should've-
statement, but her answers need some checking.
Oh,
Lyon, in France.
Oh,
What
look
a
at the cat.
lovely-looking city.
Hello, little kitty. Can I pet the cat? What? I can't pet the cat. This sucks. Select one element which does not match Mrs. Moreau's testimony about her phone call. What was her phone call? The Armstrongs hosted a party to raise money for a museum. Mrs. Armstrong is on their board. I stay with the little one all evening, playing with her and reading books to her. She had trouble getting to sleep with all the commotion.
This information does not correspond to what Suzanne told me. Suzanne said she left Daisy alone for 5 minutes, but Mrs. Armstrong says she stayed with Daisy for a while and Suzanne did not return. The detective gets it right. A toy train. Now here I am on a real one.
Wait, what? You're not right now. Question.
Tell me about the night Daisy was taken, especially anything about your daughter and Suzanne Moreau.
Apart from seeing to our guests, I took a moment to check on Suzanne and Daisy in Daisy's room. Suzanne wasn't there, but Daisy was asleep. I sat with her for 10 minutes or so. Suzanne didn't return while I was there, but there's no reason for her to sit there all night when Daisy is asleep. I went back downstairs.
Okay, the stories Sonia and Suzanne tell don't match. I should recheck my file and track Suzanne's movements.
It was Suzanne laying in the bed all scrunched up. What? I was only gone 5 minutes to phone my mother.
That is not exactly what Suzanne told me earlier. Suzanne was on the phone more than 5 minutes. That's it. No rookie mistake there.
That's it.
If I understand you correctly, you left Daisy when she was not asleep?
The party was very loud. Daisy was too wound up to sleep. I read her a Motley Mule detective story to try and put her to sleep. Daisy finally fell asleep. Right before Motley Mule solved his case in the book I was reading her. I had to make a quick phone call. No more than 5 minutes. But when I came back, Daisy was gone.
Liar!
Are you sure you were only gone for 5 minutes?
5, 6, what does it matter? It was very quick.
You say you were only away 5 or 6 minutes, but Mrs. Armstrong says she was alone there more like 10 minutes. And the phone record shows that you stayed on the call for more than 30 minutes, way longer than you said.
My mother is extremely ill. It's difficult for me. I may have lost track of time. When I came back, Daisy had disappeared. It must have been a coincidence.
You have to be precise, Suzanne. A little girl's life is at stake.
Yeah? Why are you doing this? I didn't do anything wrong. I would never hurt Daisy.
I need to check Suzanne's story. She's panicking. I should see if the Armstrongs can confirm what Suzanne told me.
Oh my god. Go back and forth, back and forth. A suffering mother. Reconstruct the following events in the correct order to track the chronology. The kidnapper takes Daisy. I don't know. What? I do know.
Score. 1 for the good guys. The kidnapper places a ladder under
You gonna just say what I just did? Oh, I gotta listen
the
to
window
you.
to Daisy's room. Then he joins the party. Just one guest in the crowd. He somehow knows when Suzanne leaves the room, then sneaks upstairs. He opens Daisy's window, carries her down the ladder, and vanishes.
Alright, can I do it now, please? And thank you. Call Mrs. Murrow's mother to check her alibi. Two 140.
That is a great detective job.
The number you have called is not in service at this time. Please hang up and dial again, or contact your service provider.
The number Suzanne called is not in service? A hospital?
She's a liar.
I spoke with Suzanne. She was phoning her mother. That's why you didn't see her when you went to check on Daisy.
Yes, her mother. I tried to call the poor woman earlier that week, but the hospital said she's been in a medically induced coma for more than 2 months.
Suzanne told me she called her mother, but she would have known her mother was in a coma.
My God! What else do you want from me? She's just gone. She...
I should think the Armstrongs can confirm what Suzanne told me.
Hold on. Give me a few more minutes. Stop looking at me.
How are you doing? Are you holding up?
You know, in the military, you're supposed to have the stiffest of upper lips. The Desert War taught me that soon enough. But this, it's difficult. Damned difficult. Harder on my good lady, of course.
Do you know where I can find Miss Moreau?
Her room is upstairs across the hall from Daisy's.
And a little lip.
She
Oh.
seldom leaves it.
Did you see Miss Moreau during the party?
I remember seeing her at some point, but otherwise, no. I was too busy with my guests. Wear the smile, shake the proffered hand.
Ms. Moreau told me she called her mother.
Well, why not? I believe they are very close, and the poor woman is not well. She needs some experimental treatment that isn't available yet in France.
I won't be long.
Take whatever time you need.
Their fairy tale became a nightmare.
All right.
You told me you were on the phone with your mother when Daisy was abducted.
As we said earlier, I didn't pay attention and was on the phone longer than I said. But since my mother is very ill, she had to leave her hometown, Lyon, because the treatment is not approved yet in France. She is in an hospital in Boston for a special treatment. I call her every night to check on her. When I came back, Daisy was gone. I'll never forgive myself.
Are you sure you called your mother?
Yes. Every night since she was admitted in December.
Suzanne.
In a coma.
I think you really care for Daisy. If you do, then tell me the truth. You can't have been calling your mother while she's in a coma.
My mom really is in a hospital in Boston. She really is in a coma. I wasn't calling her. I was on the phone with my boyfriend, Noah.
Why lie about it? Why are you panicking?
Because he's gone. I haven't heard from him since the night of the kidnapping. I'm afraid he's somehow connected to Daisy's disappearance.
You're just letting that slide because
he was just using me somehow. But I swear I talked to him. Yes, for more like 30 minutes that night. So he couldn't have kidnapped Daisy at the same time.
He could have been working with somebody,
But he could
idiot.
have kept you talking so someone else could take Daisy.
Yes, you can see why I lied. Can't you? I was afraid you'd suspect me of having something to do with it. You can understand that, can't you?
Suzanne, I want to believe you, but you've made it harder to find Daisy. Do you realize that?
Oh my god. What have I done?
What's most important is not what you've done, but what you do now. Go. I'll be back to talk to you. No more lies, Suzanne. For Daisy. No more lies.
Okay, well, I have to go.
The name might lead us to that little girl. I am on this case now, whether my captain wants me to be or not.
You're just here. Hopefully it's saved. Never mind, I can save myself. Good. Oh, it better pop me right back where I was. Okay, I've been going for like almost 3 hours. I have to go. But I love this game. So fun. So unique. I haven't played any game like this before. I don't think I have. I really like it. So, I'm going to be playing this one through till the very end. Okay, well, I'll see you Friday. No. Saturday. What time? We'll see. See you then. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Or evening. Or morning. Whenever you watch.